What is it with these billionaires in these tubes? Huh? We got a billionaire or other rich people in a tube, a sealed tube. Look, because they want to see the Titanic? You can just rent it on VHS. It's a 2-cassette VHS tape, my dude. These billionaires got a tube to go look. They paid $250,000 each. $250,000. Some of you don't understand the concept of that amount of money. That is an okay house in Ohio. That's how much they just paid. They handed a guy, and they got inside of a tube. I cannot stress to you how they're like, it's a submarine. It's a submersible. It's a tube. It's a sealed tube. It's riveted shut. You cannot open it from the inside. It has no windows. There is one button and there's a screen. You're not even looking at the Titanic with your own eyes. You're looking at a screen that has the camera pointed at the Titanic. And the guy running the company is so dumb that he didn't even think to just fake going to the Titanic. You want to get $250,000? $250,000 from a billionaire. First thing, have a tube. Remember Elon? Remember Elon and his submarine idea to get those kids out of the cave in Thailand? You know, when he called the guy a pedo? That whole thing? Elon's smart idea, by the way, tube. Jeff Bezos, we're going to go to space. He built a tube. It's all tubes with these people. Every billionaire is obsessed with tubes. So if you want to rip off a billionaire, here's what you do. Hey man, we're going to go to the Titanic. Oh, that's great. Hop in my tube. Ah, no, there's no windows, but you can watch the TV screen. Lower it down, like just under the water. And make sure it jiggles. Oh, run into some undersea turbulence. Turn the screen on. Play the beginning of Titanic. Pull it back up. And go, there you go. There you go, billionaire. You saw the Titanic. And here's the thing about billionaires. Nobody tells them no. Everybody says they're so smart because billionaires just drop money around them all day. The only time they care about the money when they're dropping everywhere like idiots is when it goes to taxes to help us. So now they spend $250,000 to get into a tube, and now we have to spend millions of dollars on our navies of 2 nations to look for these goddamn idiots who just should have watched a VHS tape that was okay from a movie that is so old that Leonardo DiCaprio...
Yes, I believe some of you have seen this and have seen that tragic ending. I had hopes that things might bounce back to normal, like seeing them alive. But I was shocked, and I'm still shocked to realize the ending. I'm just told that they are all dead. And I'm seeing some blame games on social media. I will read out this article from Newsweek so you can see exactly what is happening. The story started and gained media attention. I never expected this to even lead to what I'm saying. Now they are putting blames on this, that you were not fast to do this, do that. This is not the time. It has happened. Just had to bear the situation. May the families involved in this, may they accept my condolences.
I'm Jerica Duncan. We're coming on the air with significant new information on the urgent and around-the-clock search for that missing submersible vessel in the Atlantic. I want to go straight to the news conference right now so we can get the latest information.
Everyone. Thank you for joining us today and over the past few days. This afternoon, Rear Admiral John Mauger will be providing an update on the most recent findings from ROV operations in search of the Titan submersible. He will provide a brief statement and provide the opportunity for questions after. Please limit your questions to 1 per outlet. Following the briefing, the Joint Information Center staff and I will be here to help you with any of your further needs. May I now please introduce Rear Admiral John Mauger.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber.
Yes, according to this article recently published by Newsweek, US Coast Guard faces questions over failure to rescue Titanic sub. I saw this 2 days ago. To cover the topic, I was shaken. Now, what we are getting, devastating. Media souls, rest in peace. Going down the article published by Newsweek, the US Coast Guard is facing questions over claims that several companies with oceanography equipment had their offers of assistance in the search and rescue operation to find the Titanic submersible rebuff when time is a key factor in the crew rescue. The small capsule had descended into the depths of the Atlantic coast on Sunday morning to visit the wreck of the Titanic before contact was lost an hour and 45 minutes into the journey with the surface ship Polar Prince. The company had said Titanic carries a 96-hour oxygen supply, which is expected to have lasted till around 10:30 a.m. East on Thursday. Several remotely operated vehicles have been searching the seafloor for the missing vessel, but one owned by JC UK-based firm was only picked up by the US Air Force on Thursday morning, the BBC reported a day after Explorer Club President Richard said he was told to stand down. However, one expert told Newsweek that claims of bureaucracy showing down the rescue effort were ridiculous, and that any turn down offers of support were likely to prevent confusions in the operation. A member of the U.S. Coast Guard works by a quarter at the U.S. Coast Guard base Boston. On June 20, the agency had been leading the search and rescue operations for the Titanic. The Coast Guard is a business of saving people, and they understand very well the time-critical nature of doing so. A senior fellow at the Center for a New American Security and former U.S. Navy submarine commander said the Titanic rocket site at around 12,500 feet below sea level, far lower than most submersibles can travel, and under pressure 400 times that on the surface.